online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I don't have one. I can do it now. I can do it now.
Why do y'all look so good all of a sudden?
Oh, what a special Raw after show it is. Everything is coming up Rutledge right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Not only was SummerSlam one of the greatest pay-per-views I've ever seen.
Me too.
Yeah, possibly one of...
We were actually there in person seeing
We were.
it.
All of us were, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But...
somebody got their picture.
A star is born! And he's sitting right next to me.
That is what's best for business.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
I don't know if I'm no Undertaker guy, though. He had quite the luck.
That's what I thought of. You and the African-American gentleman was like...
Yeah.
Or you... Well, yeah, that's great.
He was pretty good.
It's not a... Yeah,
good.
but we'll take it.
Maybe we'll have a face-off.
Oh.
Get it?
No.
Travolta or Cage? Travolta or Cage?
Face off.
Good. No,
Face
but I was giving you a movie reference.
I like it.
There you go.
What's crazy is we were standing next to each other, and about 10 minutes into the Cena-Lesnar match, this camera guy is just pointing the camera at us. I'm like, Dale, why is he pointing the camera at us? Because obviously Cena-Lesnar's going on. He found Dale. And he was the chosen one.
Yes.
I guess so.
And as soon as Cena Lesnar was over, I didn't even notice the camera guy came back, and next thing you know, your phone's blowing up.
He paid him. He paid the guy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Find out on the dirt sheets.
There you go.
And you apparently are the new predictions champion.
Oh, yeah, just to really seal the deal.
I mean, by God.
It was a pretty tight contest, so I won with only 5 right. So
There were a lot of upsets last night.
I was wrong.
did not predict... Clearly, I did not predict a lot of those.
Yeah. I mean, before we get to Raw, we have to talk about how great SummerSlam was, but let's also introduce the panel. I'm Jonny Loquasto on Twitter, @JQuasto. Next to me, he is a meme. He is a host. He's
a meme.
He is
I've never heard that introduction before.
He is my co-host on the Wrestling and Padres Slamcast on Nerdist, @TheWalkingDale. He's Dale Rutledge.
Yes.
hey, everybody. I'm feeling good, feeling great.
But are you surprised?
You know what? I was shocked at the squash. Not necessarily the result of that match, but just in the way that it happened and the fact that he had literally 0 offense.
Yeah.
A little bit. He had an AA,
He had, like,
had a
3
STF.
things.
I mean,
that
but,
was it. That was...
Well, yeah, he did have the one submission hold.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, out
it.
of desperation,
That
for
was
sure,
it.
though. It was... And he was, like, trying to hold on for dear life. Anyway, it truly did shock me the way it
I
went
think
down.
you and I, Johnny, were talking about this, and I think we all agreed that first suplex, John Cena landed on his neck.
A little bit.
Not on his back.
It looked rough.
After those, but if you're hurt, it's hard to recover from that.
Yeah.
And afterwards, watching, a couple of us that were there, watching him leave, he was not doing well.
Yeah, he took 15 more.
Yeah.
16 total.
Was that a record? Did we find out?
I don't know.
Seemed like it was.
But it might be. Anyways, Catty Corner to me. Find her on Twitter, @Cathy Kelley. She's got a whole...
Corner.
Cathy Corner. She's got a whole bunch of interviews
Kitty
coming
Corner?
up with the cast of Total Divas that should be online very, very soon. She's Cathy Kelley.
Hi.
All right. And guys, we had to follow SummerSlam, which was an amazing pay-per-view, with a great after show. So who better than one of the most favorite guests in AfterBuzz television history?
Oh, wow.
You can find him on Twitter @Mr. Belding. He was in A Million Ways to Die in the West, also in the brand new sitcom with Jamie Presley, Jennifer Falls. He's Dennis Haskins.
Everyone's favorite principal.
Looking for the soundbite. Everyone's favorite principal.
Yeah. I was good. And I have a surprise, but I can't tell you. But next week, there's a surprise connected to WWE.
But you can't say anything.
That's all I can say.
Okay. Is Dale signed because of his face? Is that the surprise?
I hate to tell you this, but Dale has had his moment.
That was it.
That kid's face has moxie. Let's bring him in.
It cost him $1,000 to get that.
I mean, Lord.
Well worth it.
I know.
It's true. Can you put a price on a meme? Can you?
No, wrestling memes has hooked you up twice now with the new logo and everything.
I know we're talking about
Memes
Raw
last
tonight,
forever.
but do you want
SummerSlam. I mean, come on.
But do you want to? Let's talk about SummerSlam a little bit more.
For 2 seconds, yeah.
Holy Toledo! We all agree being there. Now I don't know what folks at home, but for being there, look at this. Stand up, chills. It's the best. Top to bottom, inside out. There were no weak matches. Whoever won, it was they brought it. Story connected. Everything came through. Even Stephanie rose to the occasion above expectations.
Oh, completely.
Don't you agree?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Absolutely. No filler whatsoever.
She looks great in the ring.
Exactly. No
couldn't
filler.
believe it.
I was right by the pyro, so that scared the bejesus out of me every single time I jumped. I think
You ought to know by now.
the other amazing thing, which I haven't gotten to experience live, we see it on TV every week and it looks cool there, but the Bray Wyatt entrance is freaking incredible. I just got chills.
Now, you're not even talking about the entrance. You're talking about the arena, right?
Oh yeah, the arena with all the lights.
Nuts.
And it's,
there we go.
There we go. It's just everyone is on cue. It's incredible to experience firsthand.
I hadn't seen it firsthand, and I literally said to the person next to me, "Did they hand those lights out before? Did everybody?"
No, it's
she goes,
the back
"No,
of your
it's the back of your phone."
Ah, like that.
But
Yeah.
it was everywhere, you guys. It was eerie.
It was great.
And on cue, and everybody was there.
I know. People were ready with them flashlights.
Even the audience brought it last night.
Oh my God! It was just from start to finish, like you said. I'm trying to compare it to WrestleMania 30 because WrestleMania 30 was incredible. We talked about that being a top 5 WrestleMania. So this is easily top 3 SummerSlam, if not the best.
I was going to say it's hard to compare to WrestleMania because holy cow, we're talking 80,000 people.
Yeah, I mean
would
that's.
also say last year's SummerSlam, being there, Daniel Bryan winning, that was a moment.
Yes,
that was a moment that I think
it.
As a whole, this year's SummerSlam was better, but that moment, I think.
Yeah,
just,
I agree with that. Yeah.
It was a happy ending at WrestleMania 30. This, not so much.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
You know.
Huh?
No, WrestleMania 30.
Just keep moving. Keep moving.
Okay.
Keep moving.
That one just went over.
No, we all got it. We all got it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he didn't get it.
I didn't get it. I was saying everyone's yesing. And
Stop
it.
it.
Could be yesing.
Could be yesing.
Oh, well, that's true.
Oh my God.
Awkward.
We're still talking about wrestling?
This brought to you by Dale's meme.
I have no idea.
Let's get a good still shot, because someone will take a shot of this for sure.
Let's talk about Raw tonight.
Hey, all right. From the Thomas and Mack Center in Vegas, where the infamous pipe bomb went down, starting off, Steph hits the ring. Daniel Bryan's music. Got the new T-shirt.
I love that T-shirt. That's hilarious.
You think it's going to sell? I think it will.
It's limited edition. I mean, you know.
I wanted to see the outfit she had on last night.
Dude.
I mean, she looked great.
Yeah, she did.
And she wrestled better than she had when she was doing it 10 years ago. So she earned tonight. And by the way, I know we're going on to Raw, but as Steph, the crowd was for her.
Yeah, they were.
They were yelling, Steph, Steph, Steph.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
very
shocked.
surprised by
I
that.
thought they'd be for Brie, but no, they really set it up well with the contradiction of the sisters and all that.
Yeah, and you still got a chance. I mean, I think that people were just happy to see her putting in all that work to get back to that point. So it was really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if did we see much from? Oh, we had the segment from Nikki, but we didn't really see Brie tonight, did we?
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
Well, right
For-
up front.
Came out to
Yeah.
confront her
Oh,
sister.
right up front.
in that red dress.
Yeah.
Sorry to get beat up.
So,
Shirt and
so let's
skirt.
talk about Nikki and talking a little bit.
Yeah, what do you
talk
think?
about
Dennis,
that
you
promo.
mentioned about how you thought it kind of looked a little bit too like Nikki wasn't in the moment.
I just think it's a whole new arena for Nicole. You know, I think it's a whole new way to go, and it was heavy, like you were saying, really wordy. You know, really, it's a lot to pay off when you're going a whole new direction all at once. And I honestly thought it wasn't fair to her, that she needed to have, like you said, not quite as wordy, a little more from the heart, not quite as out of the head.
One of the things that they've been doing so incredibly recently is tying it into real life, and I felt like while we were getting that moment of Nikki feeling like she was the lesser of the twins, she needed to, I feel like if you just changed a couple words, it would have been that much stronger, like saying, because in real life, what, 6 months ago, people were calling Nikki the fat twin and like all those things. And while I don't agree with that, I think that that's what she should have used. Like she should have said, you know, everyone always talks about how Brie's prettier and how she's married and how I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. People make fun of me on Total Divas for it all the time. Yeah. Those are real things that we can all as fans understand.
But before you continue, guys, apparently a lot of our listeners and viewers, they can't watch it on the website. Is there an issue with it right now? They say they're getting some kind of Atlanta X's show or something. They're trying to watch live, but it's not actually on the website. So
they're figuring it out.
Yeah, if you guys find out, let us know so we can.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, anyways, continue.
But you know, the other thing that it just occurred to me when you were saying all that is that it's going to take a while for this to pay off. We are so used to them being sisters and twins and total divas, and whether they argue or not, they're still sisters. This is a really big stretch from their whole careers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got to take a while to pay off.
I love, by the way, though, that we thought we were going to get a brother versus brother, like Cody and Goldust at SummerSlam, and we got the girls instead.
We would have never thought that was coming, though.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about the last few weeks, and you mentioned tonight how solid the women's storylines are right now and how much time that they've been getting. I mean, they started the show, they ended the show a couple weeks ago.
The only backstage segment was Brie.
Girls,
Yeah, it was pretty great.
And Brie cut a great promo last night at SummerSlam.
Yeah. She was one of the girls that I got to talk to at length at the Total Divas luncheon this past week, and she was just absolutely honored to be, you know, getting that time, doing promos. And she told me that her dream match for years, like since she began wrestling, was against Steph.
Get out of here.
She never thought it would happen. She's like, oh, well, Steph doesn't wrestle anymore, so that's never going to happen. But
dreams do come true.
That's what she would say in every interview, and then this happened. So,
wow.
Yeah.
You know,
cool.
talking about Nikki, Brie struggled at first too when she kind of was doing a lot of talking. But through this whole scenario, we've seen her improve every single Raw. So I'm sure Nikki could pick up the pace.
Actually, I got to say, just for full disclosure, they're friends of mine. I met them a couple of years ago when they weren't at WWE. They had walked away on their own terms.
Between,
I met them at the ESPYs event, and they're just really terrific people.
They seem like it.
So to pull off their characters and to make everything work the way they are, I just think it's, you know, we're just proud to know them.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to sound like I'm bagging on Nicole. I want this to work for them. I just think they could have been easier on her as to what she had to deliver tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she did talk about how, you know, Brie's the one that let me down. You know, it was an act of betrayal, that kind of stuff. And then Brie, of course, storms the ring, got her little Brie mode dress on. And Brie basically says, you're tearing apart the family, but I'll forgive you for this. And that's when Nikki just really
blocks her.
Stiffs her.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell whether that redness on her eye was from the hit tonight or whether it was something that she encountered
last
night.
We
replayed it, and man, you could hear the thud.
Ugh.
Yeah. She did look like she had a shiner on her, though, for sure.
You know what, and honestly, just to pick with your words a little bit, Brie kind of came out coy. She came out like as a sister, you know, like, can we talk? Why are we doing this out here?
Yeah.
I thought that was really well done with the mic between them, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then so the turn was even bigger when she slapped her. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weird thing is, you know, you see Stephanie and Brie kind of, I don't know, teaming up, saying, I can never forgive you. Yeah. And then Brie leaves the ring crying. So, I don't know. I dig it.
Stephanie and Nicole are teaming up.
Yeah.
Right, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And by the way, how tired is anybody else tired of this $9.99 coming out of everybody's mouth in every promo?
I think it's hilarious.
Stephanie
I think that it's
she even
funny.
made fun of it, but still.
It's funny. It's funny.
I don't mind it. The only thing I think is kind of confusing is that they're like trying these different pricing options in different locations.
They are?
So yeah, for different plans. So it just seems weird to like blanket everyone $9.99 when there's like a $12.99 option.
Last night, Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam only did a promo for $9.99.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, come on. They gave him a great birthday and all that jazz, but good grief. He's in L.A. He's in Hollywood.
I guess they were like, anytime we can get Hogan on the show, why not? Yeah. But it would have been nice to see it other than... Because I think anyone watching SummerSlam probably has the network.
You would think.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few that don't, I would think.
I don't have it.
Get out of here.
I don't have it. Well, I don't have. I travel a lot.
Yeah.
So my focus is Raw and SmackDown and major pay-per-views. And I was blessed. I wasn't even going, and then something came up, so then I was asked to be there, and then now.
And next thing you know, you're backstage taking pictures with hot chicks.
Oh, hey,
yeah.
All the divas.
I got to Paige came up and was like, "Hey, can I take a picture?" And I'm like, "And girl, she's really coming on strong." And my favorite, you guys, I think we all agree on this. The one that's come out of nowhere to really surprise everybody is Lana.
Lana, yeah.
Oh,
a year ago,
It's not
we were
really
talking
wrestling.
about that. Yeah.
You were sitting next to her in the crowd a year ago.
Yep.
I knew her before she got signed. I knew the moment she set foot in that Diva training, they were going to sign her. She's fluent in Russian, and she's hot and blonde. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But
she wasn't as blonde then.
But she understands.
That can be fixed.
And I talked to her.
She gets it. Yeah.
Yeah, she understands timing.
Yeah.
She stands up there and commands the arena. You don't do that right out of the box. But she does.
She was already a good actress prior to going into WWE, so.
Out of all the people, all of the superstars and talent that they have down there, I love that she was the one that got on all of the entertainment websites because she's friends with the girls from Pitch Perfect.
Yeah,
she was in that movie, 3 years ago.
She a dancer or something?
Yeah,
she was one of the Bellas. Ironically, one of the Bella. So.
But with all the talk about divas and all that, just about tonight, Natty. I know we're going to get to it eventually.
Yeah.
Boy, does she look good or what?
Great.
And
She does.
She's a great pro. She is a great pro.
So
Family tradition and everything else.
going back to the network, though, I think you need to get on the NXT train because Enzo Amore tweeted you tonight.
Oh,
What?
I did.
Yeah.
I got
What'd he
tweeted.
say?
He was
Soft.
just like,
I love Enzo.
Yeah, he's sitting here and he's like,
I'm behind NXT.
You need to watch NXT.
Okay.
And you want to know what?
I'm telling
it's
you.
only $9.99.
Oh, no!
Nailed it.
No.
I'm telling you, Enzo Amore, once him and Cass hit WWE.
All right, I'm going to tell you
Enzo
guys.
is one of the strongest
I'm going to tell you guys
promos.
right now. News. Because of you and Enzo, I'm getting it.
You get it.
I get it. I'll do the 700 trial.
700,000 in one.
Meme Dale's into it.
You can see this every day for
$9.99.
I sold one subscription.
Yes, you did.
Get that cut, girl.
Oh, man. I will. I said it. My word is good. I'll do it.
I mean, I don't even have much time to watch the network. I just love the fact that, say it's 2 in the morning, I don't feel like passing out yet. I will watch some old pay-per-view or like watch an episode of Countdown or,
So I don't have to record Raw and SmackDown anymore. I can just go to...
Well, Raw does not go on the network until a few weeks after. Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
But other than that...
How much is it going to cost me?
$9.99.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did they announce that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of Enzo, I just want to say Enzo Amore, that dude is gold on the mic. The fact that he has like an old school...
Oops, sorry.
Like... Almost like the Road Dogg Jesse James used to have, where like people know every single word he's saying and they all chant it with him.
It's surprising.
And I'm very impartial. I love East Coasters because that's where I'm from, and I love Italians. So I mean, for me, it's like it's perfect.
They're great.
But him and Cass are I can't wait. They're stars, and they're gonna crush whatever they do. And I'm glad he's back from his leg injury.
sure.
Because
How are we doing on the video? Because a friend of mine just said, I don't see you. Where are you?
I don't know. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those on YouTube tomorrow shows, unfortunately. Because God forbid if they have to watch some show about Atlanta ex-wives, because I'd feel terrible.
Well, listen now and watch
Anyways,
later.
let's get to the first match of the night. Big Show and Mark Henry taking on the Wyatt family, Rowan and Harper. Now, Big Show, Mark Henry, interesting combination, especially considering what happened towards the end of the show. What's going on with the Wyatt family? Because Mark Henry and Big Show really looked great as a team. Couple of WMDs, World's Strongest Slam, and they win.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't they put Big Show and Mark Henry together a couple weeks ago for a minute?
Yeah.
Kinda.
And they were together a while ago, a few years back as well.
It took me a second, just because you guys are 24/7 with us. It took, and I'm not a civilian really, but it's kind of in between. Took me a second to adjust about the 4 big men and the tempo of the match.
Right.
Because normally Big Show's dominating, Mark Henry's dominating. These guys were all the same size.
And it was a good, like it was a long match actually.
Yeah.
And then they're lifting each other. My goodness.
That one lift, was it Rowan had Big Show? I don't even know.
Oh, there's a number of things. Yeah, Rowan
so many
body
others.
slammed Big Show, like a full-on body slam.
The strength that you have to have for that.
To lift any of those guys, really, all four of them.
Yeah.
You know, listen, if you're on the inside, you know there's a little hop involved, but that doesn't carry you.
You lift
that
her up?
doesn't get you all the way up. That doesn't keep you on the shoulders. That doesn't help you walk with that weight on you. That's really impressive.
Full body slam. I mean, it was really incredible.
Busy night for Mark Henry overall.
Yeah, how about that?
And who threw the DDT in that match? Somebody threw a DDT in that match.
Everyone throws DDTs
Well, that's why I wanted to bring it up, because you
That is
see
like
it more
the
and more
move
and
of
more
the
now.
month.
But one of those guys
it
threw a
is.
DDT tonight.
I think it was on. I don't even remember. Was it on Big Show? I honestly don't remember.
I think he might have thrown it.
But just, I mean, for how big these guys are, there was a nice flurry at the end. You know, Big Show, WMDs, both of them, World's Strongest Slam. And surprisingly, Wyatt family kind of, I don't know what their deal is right now. Bray's kind of just like he's not really with them.
Now, you think, you have a theory, right?
I mean, I don't know what the theory is. To me, it makes more sense to...
No, I thought you thought they're phasing the guys out and to separate Bray.
I guess they are.
I mean, they have their own music now.
Yeah, I mean,
they're really coming into their own as
I think
characters.
that's important to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, when the Wyatt family debuted, I used to watch them down at NXT, and I just remember.
Won't I get to see NXT when I have the network?
Yeah, and it's
Okay,
only
good.
$9.99.
And that goes up right away. Like, you could watch it live on the network. It's pretty sweet.
But Bray was really the standout of the three. I honestly did not think that the other guys were going to be anything more than extras or lackeys.
Yeah, exactly.
And they've really, especially now being on Raw and SmackDown, I feel like they've come into their own.
There was a point where I think Big Show had Eric up, Rowan up, and Harper delivers this kick to Big Show over Harper. Man, that was great.
Harper moves like a much smaller guy, for sure. I mean, Rowan a little too, but Harper just throws himself around for a guy who's, what, 300?
Well, I mean, you see Harper going through the second rope. It's like, are you kidding me?
It blows my mind with that guy.
It's unbelievable. And you look at guys like Big Show and Mark Henry, from what I remember, they're both on the other side of 40. And they're still doing it. You're still seeing Big Show taking bumps outside the ring. You're still seeing Mark Henry move fairly fast.
Chris Jericho's no spring chicken, and he's bringing it hard.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You know?
He always does, though.
But, you know, it kind of speaks to the level of what's expected of everybody in the ring now. You know, it's all the stuff, all the moves, all the lifts, all the jumps, all the aerial stuff is... I was talking to some people last night that have family in the business, and they get nervous about all the stuff they're asked to do now. I mean, there's a lot on them that they have to bring because somebody else will.
No doubt about that. So, yeah, big win for Henry and Big Show. Honestly, don't know where that's going to leave the Wyatt family because Bray had no contact with them tonight. Moving on backstage, Dolph Ziggler with Ric Flair. Ric Flair hanging out. It's Vegas. You know he's going to be in.
That was such a solid segment. It was hilarious.
Starts on Flair and Ziggler, and then who comes in?
The Miz says it won't be a rematch. It's going to be a sequel. Dolph, you're not worthy champion, and tonight it comes back home to an A-lister. That's what Dolph says. Miz, you're not an A-lister.
You're an a-hole.
And Flair seals the deal with the famous
So good.
Classic.
I loved how, what was it, 6 months ago when Flair was kind of paired up with
Supposed to be with The Miz,
and that's how he got the figure 4, and now it's like turned.
Yes. And by the way, and I made a note because with Dolph and Miz, nobody ever got out of the figure 4 when Ric Flair said it.
Right.
Nobody. It was over. And now people are getting out of it all the time. They're crawling to the rope or doing whatever. Well, I got to say, in the backstage promo, after the thing with the a-hole line, not only did Flair crack up and look at camera, but it cuts to the commentators, and all three of them are cracking up.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
It was a zinger of a line.
It was a great line.
Yeah.
It was a Ziggler of a line.
It was a bada bing,
You're
bada
here
Do you
all
write your
night.
own jokes?
Huh?
You write your own jokes. I heard laughter in the booth. What was that about?
I don't know. That
It's
doesn't
a
happen very
callback to
often
last
for me.
week, yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, Kathy crushes it usually, and I just look pretty sitting next to her. So Seth Rollins backstage proves that he's the real star in the future of the WWE, and this is actually my favorite segment between the Ziggler one and this one. Bucket of ice water goes on top of Seth Rollins' head. Seth Rollins turns around, and Dean's like, "What? It's for charity."
Yeah.
Boom, bucket to the face.
Great
That
time.
was a great segment. We wanted to talk about how last night our very own Maria Menounos had called out. Well, originally Vince McMahon was the one that called out Maria.
I imagine everyone.
Vince called out Maria. And Maria delivered.
Yep.
And then she called out Stephanie, right? So they actually filmed it yesterday. Stephanie came through and did the challenge. But Renee Young, who was doing the interview, is one of my favorite people on air. Do you okay? I just think she's, from all the guys who were interviewing before, they were just kind of, delivering the lines and stuff. She has created a character herself that brings it and is full attention on story. Full on story. I think she's one of the best they've ever had.
Yeah.
It
definitely took her a while to get going, but it's understandable. But now she really has a.
She's good, all right. It takes a minute.
Yeah, it does.
It'll take Nicole a minute to get that heel stuff going.
It's one of those things where I feel like she's come into her own, and it's really noticeable when she's not there and doing backstage segments.
Oh yeah. The energy's different. The energy is so different.
I mean, watching her doing the pre-show, that's a pro.
She's just so good for them overall. I mean, she hosted some of the panels this weekend.
She was at the Special Olympics event I went to on Friday.
Does the Total Divas.
She's so endearing, but down to earth.
And they went right from that. They went right from that moment, and they went to Seth, Triple H, and Kane.
I do want to say real quick, just for anyone who is participating in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, I think it's an amazing cause. I really do hope that it spreads awareness and people actually donate as opposed to just doing the ice bucket.
That's my whole point on it. Like, for me, and it just, that's the thing that bothers me about it. It's like everyone's, I've had 5 people challenge me, and it's like, why don't you donate money?
I got you on this. I watched really early on Mike and Mike, and it came up, somebody was bagging on it, and Mike Greenberg says, stop it.
Yeah.
Last year, ALS raised $1.6 million. This year, they've already raised $13.2 million, and it is because of this campaign. People are donating. They are enjoying the ice thing.
It's an incredible campaign, but I feel like there are people who are just doing it for social media.
Right, they're doing it for Facebook likes.
I donated. I donated money.
$13.2 million.
I'm just saying, the people that I know are cheap
campaign,
and are doing it for Facebook likes. That's who I hang out with.
You can go to alsa.org to donate. And if you want to get called out, we'll call you all out.
But I honestly, Johnny, I honestly think even if somebody does it for fun or just for them, it still brings awareness.
Yeah.
And, and it takes people to where they need to be to find out more about it. What a horrible disease.
No, it is. And unfortunately, they've never quite, I mean, geez, since Lou Gehrig was, 70 years ago, still not a lot figured out.
Rollins took it like a champ tonight, though.
He did.
Except for a bucket to the face. You can't really take a bucket to the face very well.
Regardless of this campaign, I'm thoroughly enjoying seeing Steph McMahon and Rollins get ice water dumped on them.
Yes, indeed.
I've been called out by 8 people, so I have to do this.
Really? Let's do it together.
I'm trying to figure out how.
Maria's Ice Bucket Challenge is on AfterBuzz TV's YouTube page, and it's already got 50,000 hits.
Jesus.
So.
We might do it together.
Okay.
Dale,
I need somebody to
fine, Dale and I will do it. We'll get at least 50 views.
Let's all get together tomorrow.
Can we do it in matching outfits or something?
What?
Some kind of AfterBuzz outfit.
Kathy can invite me to take out the garbage and I'm showing up, okay? I mean, let's just be honest. I love me some Kathy Kelley.
Put that on YouTube too?
Easy peasy.
Put that on YouTube as well.
I'm not that easy, but I mean, with her, I have a lot of love and respect for Kathy.
We're going to talk plenty about Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose at the end of the show, but let's move on. Triple H and Kane backstage. Seth comes up to them, really mad, obviously, saying Ambrose is a lunatic. That's when Triple H says, you know what, tonight you're going to have a rematch with Dean Ambrose, but not a lumberjack match. The WWE Universe is going to decide, because Ambrose is a loose cannon. Finish it tonight, and the blood will be on their hands.
And what were the choices?
All the same.
I know, that's what I wanted you to say. That's what I wanted you to say.
No holds barred, falls count anywhere, and no DQ.
And they all are
the same. For $9.99. No, so yeah, we have those choices to choose from a little bit later on. Next, Natalya, which you already mentioned, Dennis, looking good in her new ring gear.
Yeah.
Versus Paige.
I think makeup and hair too. I think the whole diva thing has taken it more towards the feminine side of the divas. Because remember, with Beth Phoenix and all the other girls were bigger and stronger, and lifting and all that kind of stuff. Now with the smaller AJ, Paige, the other girls, the Funkadactyls, who are more dance oriented, more feminine. I think that's a good thing, and they're really bringing it with the with the moves too. So
she did look different though. Was it? Has she lost some weight, or just maybe more fit, or something? Something looked different about her for sure.
Well, like Johnny said, it was new ring gear, and it was also, I think it's her look. I think she changed her hair, and I think the makeup was different.
Could be.
Makeover.
So
maybe
we have a very similar distraction that has been happening. I think a little bit too much. AJ comes skipping down to the ring, skips around the ring, and
have you ever tried to get work done while someone was skipping around you? Though?
Yeah, not necessarily, but I'm looking for a roll up.
Crazy woman.
Don't say that word.
Yeah.
Why?
Here's the thing.
The C word.
Crazy.
Around AJ?
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
I'm all for a good distraction, but how many roll ups for wins are we going to see off just a random person coming to the ring? Like, like at least Natty hit the finisher or something. I understand Paige is the champion, but Natty's a good enough wrestler to where, I mean, she's just as accomplished, if not more accomplished than Paige. So.
AJ got rolled up by Eva Marie last week.
Yeah. Tit for tat.
Gotta go back and give AJ credit for changing everything. Gotta give credit. Hey, you going back to the... Never mind. I won't go into that. I was too tempted. I will not do it. Yep. But AJ, I think, and you guys can disagree if you want, I think her character literally changed the face of the women's wrestling.
Oh, yeah. No question.
I mean, come on. The whole thing went the different way, and then the Divas came in at the same time, and it's, it's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's going to be there quite a long time.
Yeah.
And I think she's good enough to where she can, evolve into different...
You think we'll see this belt bounce back and forth between these two?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, I think it'll go on for a while.
Yeah.
Because right now there's no one on the Divas roster that they're willing to put in that position. So
Naomi still needs that run, though.
Natty needs another run.
Natty needs.
It's been a long time for
Natty. Has earned it.
She deserves another run.
That's it.
Wait till Charlotte gets up there. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys told me. So I'll see her at the NXT, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
For $9.99. She's great. I mean, the Divas.
Daddy's little girl.
The Divas at NXT are great too. I mean, they got a great crew of girls.
For those that don't know, Charlotte is
Ric Flair's daughter.
And she comes into the ring in a modified techno version of Ric Flair's theme song.
I actually, Natty and I chat every once in a while on the internet, and she talked about what a great match it was with Charlotte when she won.
That was my favorite. I actually, one of the girls that I interviewed was Natty, and we talked in length
Natty's adorable,
about that match. Yeah,
she's adorable. She's so nice.
I want to ask you guys something that I didn't even think to bring up in there. So obviously AJ's married to Phil.
Yeah.
Now
I've heard of him.
But always the chant CM Punk, and there was a release this weekend of the new roster. And CM Punk was on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, if they can make money off him, they're going to do it.
Well, but I'm just saying, does that mean anything other than they're selling stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Other than they made this game last year when he was still in the company.
Yeah.
I mean, Dale, you sat with him for a half hour and interviewed him at Comic-Con, and to you, he looked like he was at peace.
He's pretty. It seems like he's pretty good for right now. He wants to see what else he can do for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I hope that he would come back later. But
I feel like it's going to be one of those things where a few years down the line, they'll make amends. We'll see him again.
Yeah, I think it could be.
I don't think it's going to happen next month by any means.
It's more like a Shawn Michaels type of thing. Like, let him go back and get reinvigorated, get his smile back. Maybe we'll see.
Unless this Lesnar reign of terror continues all the way to WrestleMania 31. And Punk becomes a savior. That's just fantasy.
So this is such a random.
Sorry, that's just shouldn't have even brought it up.
This is so random, but bringing up Bret Michaels,
Shawn Michaels.
I'm sorry, Shawn Michaels,
not the leader of Poison.
I'm sorry, the screw job in Canada. Recently, I saw somebody say, as much as everybody believes that it was a work.
Wait, you're saying that Bret Hart knew?
That's what is recently being said.
But would that carry for 12 years?
That's what I'm asking you.
No.
That's a long work.
I just saw. That's what I'm talking about.
I have to say, so Chris Mingy on Twitter just said that on Twitter, Natty actually said her new ring gear was designed by a fan.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
See, that makes Natty that much more awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's some talented fan art.
We need some of those.
Yeah, design whatever we wear on this show, guys. Get me a T-shirt and a hoodie, and I'm set.
And get Dale a vest.
Yeah. And get Cathy something that shows the Cathys, and we're set.
Oh, boy. Crop top. What were you asking about last week? Was it a crop top?
I don't know. Probably. I was probably
Get Johnny a crop top.
I was probably using some term from the '80s that no one uses anymore.
He's like, how much does that cost? How much does that outfit cost?
That's a nice blouse.
What, Johnny? Why are you looking at a crop top? Ain't shopping for no crop top. I mean, maybe.
Okay. So anyways.
I see. Notice how I dropped out of that?
So Natty with the roll-up for the win. AJ says, I respect you, Paige. I love you. I dedicate my life to you. I want to shake your hand. She jumps in the ring. Paige retreats. Moving on.
I do have to say, though, I really liked seeing Natty and Paige go at it because those are two people that grew up wrestling and their entire families are involved in this industry. I want to see more of them together.
I don't know this about Paige. Tell me about Paige.
Oh.
I don't know this.
Wow, there's so much.
There's,
just her family.
She's only 21.
Right.
She's been wrestling since she was 13 or 12.
Her family is very involved in wrestling in the UK. There's an amazing, I think it's 45 minutes to an hour-long documentary on her family that just, I mean...
That explains the belief and the support WWE has in it.
Oh, completely. Her actually older brother was briefly scouted by the WWE and it ended up not working out. But then when she got it, I mean, she was completely over the moon and... I feel like her reaction to winning the first ever NXT women's title was phenomenal, but then winning the Divas championship was that much more meaningful.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible to see.
Still, I mean, she turned 22, I think, last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just 22 years old. Crazy.
Nuts.
Triple H and Steph, the Authority, hit the ring. Basically, Triple H says last night may have been the greatest SummerSlam in history. I don't think we're going to argue with him.
All right.
The brand new WWE World Heavyweight title is about to debut, and it looks nice.
Well, you know what you noticed right away? On the microphone, they've changed the logo for the new brand.
Yeah, it looks good.
And the belt looks nice, but it's the brand. It's the logo.
Yeah, it's a new...
It is exactly the same as the logo on the microphone.
Right.
I mean, it's smart on their part. They're branding themselves.
I'm just saying.
The last belt was pretty much that, though.
Well, but I just, you know.
The one with the Rock?
It's just all corporate.
I mean, we were wondering when this was going to happen. I feel like it was a little bit anticlimactic until...
You guys got excited. You guys got excited. Let's see the belt. Let's see the belt. And then it was like, oh,
cool.
okay.
No, that's cool.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to have like a squirt gun on it. Like it's going to, you know.
It was what I expected it to be. I mean, it's nothing too over the top.
It's got a squirt gun on it.
That's
pretty good.
All the bells and whistles. I don't know. That'd be cool if it did.
Light up belts.
Yeah.
What about that spinner belt? Remember that?
Hey,
No one like
Jericho
that.
had a new jacket last night.
Sweet jacket. And he kind of had a new intro. They went back to the old countdown from 10, which was really nostalgic.
You guys pointed out there's several new entrances tonight. I knew, well, the Miz
in the past couple weeks, I feel like,
Yeah, for sure.
Lesnar got a bigger pop tonight than that belt did.
Yes.
I mean, we were talking about it. No,
Yeah.
When he came back this last time, I was not as excited about it. When it was spoiled that it was going to be Cena versus Lesnar at SummerSlam, I was not excited about it. They delivered last night. I thought that was an incredible match, and I'm actually really excited for him to be back now. Like him and Heyman together.
The evil empire, man.
If you don't respect John Cena now, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
He gave himself up.
Yeah.
And he didn't, and they actually in the mic work with Paul Heyman gave tribute to him. In an odd kind of way, but they really did.
Because you could have predicted the way that match was going to go down, but there's no way that you could have predicted it was going to be the beatdown.
Suplex.
Nah.
I mean, it was not only did that justify him beating the Undertaker, but for anyone who likes to say things like, "Oh, John Cena never puts anybody over," not only did he put Brock Lesnar over. He put him over early Rocky 3 style when Clubber Lang beat the crap out of Rocky. That's exactly... I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, this is just like Rocky 3. He's destroying him.
Tough to watch.
Straight squash.
Honest to goodness, you guys, it was tough to watch. Being that... I'm blessed to be that close, but I'm telling you, this was tough.
And the whole time, Lesnar is just laughing and toying with him, and it's like, talk about making the guy look like... I mean, there is no other person in the world ever like Brock Lesnar. Who else is a MMA champion, college champion, WWE... I mean...
I wasn't real excited when he came back. I thought, okay, but you know what? That's there now. Don't you think? I mean, and even the King at ringside, Jerry Lawler says they're chanting Lesnar.
Yeah.
Before Heyman got it.
And the crazy thing is, they can go so many ways with this. They can say, let's do a #1 contender tournament, and then no one wants to do it because they're all afraid of him. Or he could just lay everyone to waste. If you destroy John Cena, who the hell's going to stand up to you?
Well, didn't you guys feel a big transition last night? This stuff is changing.
That's exactly what Heyman said.
Yeah.
And Roman Reigns is coming.
Yeah.
And
all those guys,
Yeah, I think especially
They're the
Reigns.
new generation.
It's very transitional right now.
Yeah, and even Randy Orton, man. You know, I mean, holy cow! It's like it's been that way for a while, and if you don't change, you lose people. So
And Lesnar's a great, I think, transition. Because the funny thing is, Lesnar's not much younger than Cena, but he obviously doesn't have all. He took a 10-year hiatus.
he didn't take the abuse.
Right, exactly. I mean, he took a little bit of abuse in MMA, but
What do you mean?
Is he gonna?
He's not young. He's 37, right?
he's about the same age as Cena. I think he might be younger than 37. Cena's,
No, we looked it up last week. He's 37. Unless
Cena's-
he changed his age in the last week.
Oh, then Cena's 37 also.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, so they're the same age.
That happens in
So
Hollywood
you guys
sometimes.
think Brock's going to show up more?
I think he has to.
We could have a similar run to what The Rock had, I felt. Like
you know what?
okay.
Well, with him actually carrying the belt when he's on media,
Yeah.
or
Well,
doing press tours.
hello.
Anyways, I don't think that we'll see him every single week, but I think that this is a really cool opportunity to build the other belts up, because
Yes,
we haven't
yes.
gotten as many title matches. I don't know. I just feel like it's a good opportunity to have.
Yeah, we've been wanting some
Yeah.
more importance laid on the IC title. I think this is a great opportunity to do that. You have Heyman to fill in the gaps when,
I
when
see
Lesnar's
for the
not there,
layman
but,
is.
Intercontinental.
I know.
But they, I think
He
they
used to
could
mean
really,
something.
Yeah,
He used to mean something. Now it's coming back.
could do
Ziggler's
it.
going to make it mean something.
Yeah.
And with the Miz together, they're gonna do it together.
I like those two together.
And you know what? So do they. They got to feed off each other. They both put people over a lot of their careers because they get the business, and now they're both at a point where they're both successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who works harder putting people over after being squashed for whatever reason than Ziggler?
No one.
Nobody.
Nope.
Nobody.
And guys like him and Kofi, they're just so good at making everyone else look amazing that that's kind of what they're.
Now it's just like last I know Dolph, but I said, "Hey man," he goes, "Shh."
Yeah, right.
Don't tell anybody. Shh. Just let it happen. Shh.
That's awesome.
I know.
So I can't even get into explaining how Paul Heyman
Oh,
was tonight.
my hero.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to paraphrase what he said. Go back and watch it.
My favorite line though was, "My own kids are John Cena fans."
Which pisses
and I-
me off.
Pisses me off.
That was
My favorite line is when Brock Lesnar, I think, out of character, says, "I love when you say that."
Talking about his own name. Yeah.
it felt real. This felt like a
did.
moment of a manager and his client sitting there in the ring talking smack about someone else.
The client doesn't talk.
It felt real, but like Brock had personality. That's why I liked him so much more tonight than I ever have before. I think that that's why it worked. And I mean,
Lesnar smiling to me is entertaining.
Oh, his smile's different, isn't it?
it's maniacal.
Yeah,
There you
I mean,
go.
he was showing it a little last night at SummerSlam when he sat up like the Undertaker in a very mocking way.
He's
I
a
don't-
beast. Like
I
I
didn't
love
get
that
that.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
it.
thank you. Now I know
loved
what
it.
that was about.
it was.
Holy cow.
It was great. He stood up, actually sat up, and just started giggling.
I gotta say, because I'm a mark for Paul Heyman. I've had people on the internet say you could be his brother and stuff like that, and which is like a compliment to me. I'm not my talent. The way we look, is like a similar look. Whatever, they're kidding around, and I get in trouble with people because I say that he's the best, and of course there's the other manager who was one of the best of all time,
Bobby Heenan?
Bobby Heenan.
Of course.
Bobby the Brain
They're,
Heenan.
they're so different, though,
But-
you don't really need to compare.
But last night, for me, leaving the arena, going up the ramp, and I look over, and there's Paul Heyman with his kids. And we caught eyes, and he smiled at me, and I just walked over, and I said, "It's a pleasure." I said, "You, sir, are the best." He goes, "No, you." I said, "No, seriously." And that was it. But for me, made my night.
That's awesome.
But you know what, Johnny? You're right. If you get a chance to see I get chills. His mic work tonight.
That's how you cut a
Holy
promo.
cow!
I mean, every time he hits the mic, but I'm not
but
even
tonight
gonna,
even better.
talking about eat, sleep, suplex, repeat.
16 times.
Yeah, he who dies with the most street cred still dies. The,
one
death
who
of
this,
C
the one who
Nation.
that, the one who that, wow.
It could have been 10 minutes.
Never broke.
Yeah, it could have been 10 minutes. I don't know how long it was.
Easily.
Yeah.
But this leaves a very interesting scenario for the rest of the roster. Like,
It's-
who do you have go against Lesnar now?
And it makes you wonder, too, because deep down, the roster's got to be a little annoyed No, I think it is best for business to have Lesnar as champion because he's kind of encompassing in pop culture.
Yeah.
You know, but you know the roster's going to be like, what the hell are we going to do now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step it up.
Didn't Cena actually get applause last week or week before instead of the boos, instead of the
He's been cutting solid promos recently.
I mean, I mean his passion, and they were actually more for him than not. So for him to go in and get just annihilated like that, I think might endear him more to people.
Josh D WWE on Twitter said, "What do you guys think of the possibility of Cesaro challenging Brock for the title?"
He's got to win some matches first. They keep, you know.
He did tonight.
I mean, I'm a Cesaro fan.
What's that?
I don't think that he's
gotta get
ready
bigger.
for it.
Oh no,
yet.
Cesaro, he's a massive man.
I know he's a strong guy, but he doesn't. I don't.
He's bigger. He's actually bigger than
Do
Cena.
you think? What about this?
Not bulk wise.
If they're building up Reigns to be the next face of the
they
company,
are.
wouldn't that make sense for when Brock is, phasing out to leave again, putting him over in that way?
Why did they have him do the dark match last night? Why did they have him and RVD open the night?
There's no storyline for either one.
No,
Right?
I understand that, but I'm saying if you're really going to pump him up, I guess you're keeping him involved. And tonight they got paid off, both of them.
Yeah.
So
I was surprised that Reigns didn't come to Ambrose's aid tonight.
Yeah, they're
in
keeping
any
him
regard.
very separate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it seems very
Which
conscious.
makes me
It's
kind of
done.
feel like
It's done, boys and girls.
It makes me feel like they're going to have something bigger for him, and they're just preparing him for it.
That and the fact that maybe Ambrose is leaving to shoot that movie.
Wow.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I like what you're saying for Reigns, but I think, it's going to either Reigns or Cesaro. I personally would prefer Cesaro because Reigns is already kind of doing his thing in a different direction.
Reigns will be WrestleMania 31, probably.
do you guys
yes,
you
I
guys
think it could be
remember
there
in
by then.
Europe when Cena stopped everything?
Oh, yeah, for Cesaro.
For Cesaro.
Yeah.
So
Said how great he was.
yeah, I mean, so that
in
was
his
the
future.
thought. That was about a year ago, wasn't it? Maybe 9 months ago.
Maybe about 9 months.
9 months ago. But the one that's coming is Roman Reigns. I mean, the size, the look, the family history.
I think
with
Reigns
Rocky
could be,
and everything else.
He could be more now, and Cesaro could just be a longer term plan as
Yeah.
well.
Everyone knows Cesaro and Lesnar can put on a hell of a show. The question is, how are they going to build Cesaro back up to where he could even challenge for Lesnar? He lost to RVD last night.
It would take time. It would take
time. But he won tonight, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to be the oddball here, and I know you guys know what you're talking about, but I personally don't see it. I mean, maybe it's ring energy, because I like Cesaro. I think he's strong, he's done a lot of stuff, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's strong. He's solid.
Something's not right.
Go back to when he was doing the swing. He was so over. He was supposed to be a heel, and he was.
You know
over.
what? Maybe that's it. Maybe when they put him with Heyman, they took away his momentum.
It ruined everything.
They ruined
Yeah.
everything. Maybe that's it.
Heyman-
Really
It was
good point.
confusing.
Really good
I'm
point.
telling you, Cesaro steps up to Lesnar, people will go ape.
Heyman held him down in a lot of weird ways.
Honestly,
Yeah, I
think
agree
that
with you.
They,
I absolutely agree.
They
Bad
realized
choice.
it was
Bad
a
choice.
mistake. They realized it was a mistake, and that's why they took him away. But I think that it killed his momentum.
We're on,
so
I think.
Yeah,
they're
we
just
are.
going to have to.
And
fix
Heyman's
it.
not afraid to admit. He admits that Curtis Axel being with him was bad. He said, Curtis Axel was in a no-win situation being with me, and that's what happened. It didn't work. And Cesaro, kind of a similar situation.
Yeah.
I went to the Superstar panel for WWE 2K15, the confidential panel that they did at SummerSlam. Cesaro was on there with Cena, Hogan, Sting, Reigns, and Sheamus. And Cesaro was the star of that whole thing.
Really?
He kept cutting jokes. He was being real feisty with
Shout out
Sheamus.
to our fellow AfterBuzz host, Kaori Take.
Oh, yeah.
Who got denied a hug from Cesaro, which was probably one of the funniest moments. If you guys got to catch it on the WWE Network for only $9.99
I guess when I get it, I can go back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
watch
sure.
It was pretty cute. She did get her hug later on.
Yeah, she did.
He even wore her hat later, so
But
it was pretty cool.
that is her favorite wrestler in WWE.
How
so that
was
was a
Sting?
moment.
How was
Sting was very chill, very laid back. I mean, just seemed happy to be there, and he mentioned wanting to wrestle The Undertaker about 47 times.
That pop in the arena last night when that Sting, the orchestra,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
everything, that was nuts. That was another moment.
People want
Until
to
they
see
show the little overweight person wearing a big Sting mask.
That was hilarious.
That was pretty funny.
She's wearing a Ziggler shirt and a Sting mask. Pick one, lady.
Tightly.
Moving on. Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the IC title. Miz attacks the left knee early on, trying to take it out. Ziggler counters with a DDT. Miz ends up fighting out of it. Ziggler outside the ring. Miz keeps, basically fighting him while he's outside the ring. Ziggler can't get back in time. Count out. Miz wins. Then Miz tries to attack him. Zigzag. Ziggler's still the champion, but Miz wins via count out. I think we're going to have this back and forth.
I love it.
I dig it.
Ziggler sold me on the knee, too, because when he landed, and I thought, what was that? It was so subtle.
He's amazing.
And then,
I always think Ziggler's in pain.
He sells it until, not even when they're off air, like when he's not on camera anymore, he sells it until he's outside.
There are certain guys I feel like are like Gumby. Like a buddy of mine, Peter Avalon, he gets beat up all the time. He's a thin guy, but he can do everything. He got thrown over me at the announcer's table a few weeks ago, and his back scraped a vent. His whole back was bloody.
Oh my
I saw him a week and a half later. His back was normal. It's like he leaves the arena and his body just transforms in the back.
He's Wolverine.
Yeah, that's how Ziggler is Wolverine, I feel like.
I would believe it, to be honest with you.
I feel like guys like him just have that ability to.
You know what else? These guys really match up well. It's not like he's going against Roman Reigns or Big Show or somebody.
They're buddies too, so I feel like that's why they work so well together.
Yeah. Size-wise, it's good.
Kayfabe Cafe.
I feel like they know each other in the ring quite well.
Yes. Yeah.
Man, we had this talk earlier about what you know and what you can say.
Everybody knows Miz and Ziggler. That is no secret. But yeah, they were
mortal enemies. They don't like each other. One's an a-hole.
Well, they used to be friends until Miz got this attitude.
Okay, nice try.
Wow.
Nice try.
Moving on, Renee Young. Renee Young backstage with Jack Swagger.
Funny.
Jack Swagger speaking up for himself here.
Listen, you guys, how hard has Jack Swagger worked this, he's been in the business.
I'm behind him now.
I know.
You could go back a year ago and watch our AfterBuzz TV after shows. I was not swaggering. I was not into it. And now I am We the Peopling all the time.
Speaking of We the People, it went from kind of a racist redneck thing to being something the USA and everybody's proud of.
Yeah.
What a turnaround.
Goes to show you we have short memories.
Well, but
he was sort of redefining We the People tonight specifically in the way that he was saying what We the People meant. He made it. He made the expression have a face turn.
I agree with you.
So that's very impressive.
And Mark Henry backed it up too with his conversation.
And I've never heard Swagger speak this well before.
It was great. He said, last night was the opportunity of a lifetime to the country I love, but I failed, so I'm going to do what every single real American would do. I'm going to pick myself up because that's We the People. And then, unfortunately, he goes out and gets neutralized by Cesaro and loses.
That promo was short and sweet, though. It was
exactly all we needed.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I thought about this, and you guys got excited when you knew Swagger was going to talk. He's going to talk. But also, last night, RVD and Cesaro did the match that nobody saw, and tonight, Cesaro gets the win.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of the company.
Yeah.
And RVD got a win as well.
And exactly, saying thank you to both.
Could be. And then, of course, Bo Dallas hits the ramp.
Oh, my God. You guys Bo-leave?
I'm a believer.
Oh, come on.
Kathy's a big believer.
The question is Vince McMahon a believer?
I don't.
I dig it. I'm okay with it.
He's still here. You like the hair?
I don't know.
I dig the character.
His hair looks like what my hair would look like after the Ice Bucket Challenge.
They are much smarter than I am as far as developing people and careers. So we'll wait and see, huh?
I mean, this is the second go around on the main roster, but I feel like he's going to have a very long career. He's young.
Yeah,
he's 23, 24.
Yeah.
What was his first time around?
He had a
He
thing
debuted
against Wade Barrett for a little bit about a year and a half ago.
Debuted in the Royal Rumble maybe 2 years ago.
Wow, that's really good.
Like that.
Yeah.
I love stuff like
It was
that.
a short run. It was maybe only like a month or two long.
It was just that feud.
It wasn't working. So, yeah.
They gave him another shot.
He's
that says
great
somebody believes in him.
He's great on NXT.
Oh, I think I'm going to get to see that for that $9.99 thing.
Yeah.
On the network.
I'm sick of saying this.
It's 50 minutes a week, and you'll really enjoy it.
That is one of their strongest shows that they have on right now. Their card is ridiculously talented.
And they have that like quarterly, not a pay-per-view, but special event coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, the next one is going to be September 11th on the network.
They've taken the minor leagues and made it major.
And actually, it's funny you say that because I went to the DX panel over the weekend, and Shawn Michaels did say at one point, he's like, hey, just so you guys know, NXT is doing so well, and the guy in charge is the guy sitting next to me pointing to Triple H. He's like, Raw and SmackDown, don't get mad at him because that's not all his choices. Everything that happens at NXT, he's the boss.
That's his baby. I mean, he really put his heart and soul into the Performance Center and made it what it is today. Yeah. It's incredible.
Don't get me wrong. I know plenty of guys at NXT that probably hate his guts. But my point is, the show is great, Triple H, and everyone down in Orlando, I'm sure. But the show is great, and you're not always going to like everybody.
But I think that you also have to appreciate, like he's put in, like, I mean, they get state of the art Performance Center to work in. You're getting trainers who are teaching you acting, improv. You have a room where you can practice your promos.
You got Dusty Rhodes helping you with promos. I mean, how can you ask
You have the best trainers.
What
are there, 6 rings there?
I just realized I got a hint last night from somebody, and I really can't say who, that they're moving out of Florida because something about the Performance Center, or moving out of Orlando. Is there a shift going on there?
Why would they just build
They just built
this?
it.
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm not saying it's over. I'm saying is there a shift in focus to maybe make that just NXT and not where the people go down to get rehabbed or trained or whatever?
I could see that. I mean, they have such a huge roster down there right now. I think they're at like 80 people, so I could definitely see that. Probably it. I think it's only been a year since that has, been built, and they've already outgrown it.
Yeah.
So
maybe they just want to divide their attention down there.
Can't leave Florida because of the tax breaks. That's right. You can move out of Orlando, but not Florida.
Yeah.
It's cheap living. Jericho backstage with Renee Young. He says, I'm not dead inside even after losing. I have 3 things Wyatt doesn't have: a fire inside, a fighting spirit, and the best fans in the WWE chanting Y2J. Basically saying, I don't know if that says the end of the Wyatt feud. I don't think it does.
How did he get the crowd going, though? How good was he doing that? Saying Y2J, Y2J.
Oh, he's a maestro.
He's just got that baton, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not many people can do it better than Jericho when it comes to getting a crowd reaction.
How many times does he come back? I mean, I'm giving props.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to say how old he is. He's doing great. The DDP yoga has helped him rehab his, it really has.
Sure.
Helped him have his body. And I saw him at the Whiskey a couple weeks ago with Fozzy, and great show. He not only drove like an hour and a half to do a podcast with Adam Carolla, he then had a sound check, then did the show. When he's not doing shows, he's doing something else. He never stops. I mean, hats off to Chris Jericho.
Never stops.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you just missed your high five. He's not giving it to you. Like, she didn't get the hug, you're not getting the high five.
Dale meme, high five. Got it.
High five to the face?
Yep, that's right.
That's called a slap.
Well,
Johnny.
So your point
slapped.
was about Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho.
I can't imagine. I don't think it's over. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I mean, the rumor is that he was saying through Night of Champions, so... Would it be a new match, or would it be a
they would probably continue at this feud. Yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Have you guys noticed there's a guy just kind of sitting in the corner over here?
Yeah. He's enjoying the show.
We thought he was your friend.
I'm just I'm just asking if he's your friend.
He's just a guy.
Stalker.
It's like Stephen Wright on Half Baked. Just a guy hanging out.
Just a guy.
Hanging out on the couch.
They might actually pop you. You might actually...
6-man tag! Randy Orton and Ryback versus Shamus, RVD, and Roman Reigns. Ryback chants galore because he's from Vegas, so that must have made him feel good.
Wow. Huge pop for him.
Huge Ryback
Feed me
pop.
more and all kinds of things.
Ryback
rules. Ryback.
I dug that. Reigns with a boot to Axel, loads up the fist, Superman punch to Axel and Ryback, RVD with a frog splash for the win.
You called it, by the way. I got to give props. I said, who do you guys think is going to win this? And you said RVD.
Yeah. 2 in a row.
That's pretty nice. I think that may be his first win from returning this time.
Because?
I'm not completely sure.
He wasn't real happy with the way things were going.
Maybe.
Sometimes you got to speak up.
I don't know. I'm keeping it kayfabe. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad he won one.
I just think he had 2 good nights in a row.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What?
RVD. So yeah, I mean, really.
So you got 2 of the guys from the next to the last match last night in a 6-man tag. You got Roman Reigns and Randy Orton out there working. You know, I mean, come on, props.
Absolutely.
It's cool they paired him with Ryback. It's kind of a high profile at this particular stage. It's kind of a high profile match for them.
Yeah, Ryback and Sheamus are still kind of lost in the shuffle right now. But even though Sheamus is the U.S. champion, but wow,
he's healing, right? And he's just about healed.
I don't know what he's doing. He has the belt.
Healing from all that Darth Vader filming.
Could be.
Well, and then also, I got to say, Curtis Axel family history at the wazoo with Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
And he also trained The Rock back when he was taking on Cena a year and a half ago.
He's a company man.
Yeah, he is a big time. So he's, I got a lot of.
They just need to find a character.
And he's
for
a great dude. So, I mean, it'd be nice to see something happen for him. And I think Ryback being a bully is hilarious. I'd like to see more of that. But
yeah, we didn't get enough of that, I don't feel.
Oh, man. We need more weird.
I've heard him do radio interviews where I liked listening to him.
Yeah.
But I don't like listening to him when he's trying to be something.
You know why you know what we need?
What?
We need Ryback doing a segment where he's bullying someone.
Okay.
And a certain man walks in the room and says, "Well, whoa, what's going on here?"
It would be, hey,
what's going on here?
Duh.
Sorry.
I can't. Well, I wish I could say. I can't say anything.
Okay. I'm just
watch these guys next week.
I'm just poking the bear right now.
Watch these guys next week.
Okay.
Because I'm saved by the bear.
Oh.
Hey, well, I'm gonna do my own personal show throwback to at the very beginning when they showed the German announcers and JBL goes, they're still upset about the soccer match.
That was hilarious.
That was pretty great, actually.
That was hilarious, yeah.
So Randy Orton is backstage, not very happy. Ric Flair walks up to him and just says, "Stay out of my way unless you want to find out why they call me the Legend."
Well, but wait, why did he say to stay out of my way? Well, Flair tries to offer to help him.
Yeah.
And he wants none of it, right? So what's going on with that? That's something. They don't do that. They don't. They never do. They always have a reason for doing whatever they do. So something's going on.
I don't know about that. Any segment with the Matadores.
But they had a reason, whether you liked it or not. Whether you liked it or not. But they don't put Ric Flair in the way of Randy Orton for him to respond to him because they're making a turn. Something's going on. Flair's going to help somebody else. Something's. Am I wrong here?
I think it's more to just show Randy being evil.
Disrespectful.
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean,
he's already evil. He's already the guy who's a company guy who gets upset and pouts if he doesn't get his way, and then he disrespects Flair. He goes, "I'll show you why." What did he call him? The Legend Killer?
Legend Killer, yeah. Some of his best stuff was during the Legend Killer time. So.
Flair is back on the road.
Yeah, looking good too. By the way, I'm glad about that.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Flair with Ziggler. I think that could be a good pairing.
Is Sting going to get to wrestle? What do you think?
I gotta believe WrestleMania 31 they'll find something. Well, I don't believe it's gonna be Undertaker. I think physically he might be.
If he has his way, he'll wrestle. That's basically how he was phrasing it all week.
Yeah, I mean to follow up WrestleMania 30, it's gonna be very hard. But one way to really do it to make it stand out would be involving Sting.
Having Sting, yeah,
that's for sure. And yeah.
Wait, I almost. Oh, we have to do Usos yet? No, we're not.
Almost.
Okay, all right, sorry.
Moving on. Bray Wyatt is in the Bray Wyatt room. Short promo for him, just basically says, "I'm a man of my word. I'm the new face of salvation."
Now there's somebody else that John Cena put his stamp on early on. He put 100% his rep on the line because he said, "I like this guy. Use him and look where he is."
Yeah, I mean Bray, and actually Triple H mentioned that at the DX panel about talking about NXT. And he said, he's like, I didn't make Bray Wyatt. He's like, we gave Bray Wyatt the opportunity, but Bray Wyatt made himself. Like he's just that
stepped
good.
up to the plate.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not taking credit for Bray
Chris
Wyatt.
talked about how that upside down spider thing he does, or whatever the heck that is.
Yes,
holy cow!
I love that. Can you really?
Yeah.
Is that like a yoga
Why have you
move or
never
what?
showed it?
I'll do it when I'm wearing more clothes next time.
Spoil sport.
Ain't that kind
Look
of
at
stuff.
Johnny. Don't say it. Whatever you're thinking, don't say it.
Nothing. Usos taking on Goldust and Stardust. Oh my God. Shocking kind of a victory for Stardust with the roll-up. But these four in the ring are gold, and Stardust... So Dale and I got to interview Stardust on Friday, and it's going to be on our show at some point. It was the greatest 20-minute conversation about nothing in outer space I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, he came in total character.
Attire.
Stardust or Goldust?
Stardust.
Just Stardust. Goldust was there, but not in gimmick, so it was a weird...
And he was very frustrated with Stardust behavior, let's put it that way.
It was pretty great.
At least a half a dozen times I saw Dustin look over at Stardust and be like,
I love that.
And then just roll his eyes.
I love that.
It was great.
I have
Brotherly love.
For a long time though, the Usos are one of my favorite tag teams.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're not just being brothers and twins and family, but they you said they
Their
have amazing timing.
Is incredible. Yeah, they work so freaking well together.
So on a personal note, the referee in that match, I saw him last night. He goes, I got to remind you of something. I had one match, okay, and it was a silly thing in New Jersey where I came in and threw a stunner. The referee in that match is that young man who was refereeing.
Wow.
And he's refereeing tonight, and he's made it to the big leagues.
It's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Not easy to do.
Those refs are really good. I mean, I've gotten to know Charles and Scott and a couple of those guys. Holy cow, they're as important as anybody in the ring.
Yeah, they have to be a messenger and be out of the way at the same time, and their timing has to be on point, too.
Yeah, that's for sure. Stardust has had a bit of a new costume design tonight as well.
Yeah, there's some innovative ways of showing Stardust.
Yeah. And it's also interesting that, Usos lost.
I mean, if we're going to see Usos versus Stardust and Goldust in a thing, I think I'm cool with it. I don't think it matters heel, face. It doesn't matter who is who, because obviously they're both not heels. It's just going to be great wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've been backstage working on that cosmic equation for a little too long. I'm glad to see him in the ring and picking up a win.
We gave him a keychain for the Cosmic Key on Friday.
In case he finds that cosmic key.
And he kept that damn keychain with him all morning.
Oh my gosh.
I was very grateful. Moving on, Rusev and Lana hit the ring.
Would you just say that one more time? Though, just the second one. Just say that one name.
Lana.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lana.
She's so good.
Hit the ring. She says Putin is proud of Rusev, and before she even gets a full sentence out, Mark Henry hits the ring. And this was a great Mark Henry promo. He's like, you hear that? That's American pride. I've had the honor of representing my country twice in the Olympics, and I've never had a problem with how anyone represents their flags except the way you two jackasses do it. I'm going to give you a personal guided tour into the Hall of Fame. Rusev punch, Henry crush with the World's Strongest Slam. And a splash.
I said it to you guys, but I want to say it on air. I am so impressed going from 0 to where Lana is.
Yep.
You don't just step into a ring and command a crowd of 20,000 with 1 year's experience, but she does. She has amazing timing. You know her before she started. You know her before she started.
It's because she's got them acting chops.
And she's a dancer. I guarantee when she starts wrestling, she's probably going to be pretty good in the ring.
She's got it. She's got star quality.
That's the point. Everybody's got experience or whatever, but she gets it. She understands timing the way you can't teach. She understands crowd control the way you can't. If you haven't done it, you can't share it. You either get it or you don't. And I don't want to make too big a deal out of this, but it's real impressive. And who got all the pictures last night in the press today? She did.
Of course.
Yeah. And of course, she stayed in character even in the pictures.
Well, that's okay with me.
Looking mean. Oh no, I think it's wonderful.
Amazing, yeah.
Definitely stay in character.
Yeah.
Because when you do it, it really stands out. Like if Stardust was just being not Stardust on Friday, it wouldn't have been as fun. The fact that he was totally in it was what made it so memorable. And the way Lana is always on. Like she's always that evil ice queen, and I think people really react to that.
Yeah,
obviously.
I think that also one of the things that goes unnoticed sometimes is her improv ability, because I feel like there are times when she knows to react to the crowd. She knows to take a longer pause. She knows maybe she screws up a line and
she listens and waits. She listens and waits.
It doesn't seem like she's in character at all times.
And she includes the audience, which is, as an actor, that's so important.
You put them first.
Yeah, if I'm telling you a joke and you guys laugh and I ignore you, that's stupid. But that's what you listen to, and you see it all the time with the really good ones. Who was it? Vince McMahon was telling Razor Ramon. He said, when you think you've waited long enough to go out there, wait a little bit longer.
Ha!
Right? Yeah. Isn't that cool?
It's true.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys are, I mean, I think The Miz uses the crowd very well. I think Ziggler's very good at that. There's certain guys that are better than those, but Lana, man, Jesus.
I mean, come on. And Rusev is doing a great job, too.
And look at what they did in SummerSlam. That's a ballsy move to have Rusev win, bring the Russian flag, and sing the national anthem. That is like...
SummerSlam is America.
Yeah, I was so shocked by that.
So I wasn't here when this, the whole thing in golly, what's the country? Kiev and all that kind of stuff. When all this stuff happened, and it was really kind of risky to go on with this and pursue the Putin thing and all that jazz. They have really masterfully navigated this whole thing to where it's still going on, and it's what it is.
Topical,
and it's still mocking Putin and making him look like an idiot.
Ukraine, yeah. So they dodged the serious politics of really sadness and managed to maintain the character and story. Really, really impressive.
And the question is, where does this leave Swagger? Because right now we're looking like we're going to have Henry versus Rusev. Swagger, it's kind of like...
I thought Henry looked, by the way, I mentioned to you guys, he looked thinner. He looked in better shape.
Looked great.
You know,
he's had a little time off, so maybe...
I mean, I'm one who can talk because I know what it's like to not feel thinner.
But you look great, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
You've been doing Runyon.
I have been doing Runyon. Yeah, I ran into somebody else in Runyon.
Who's
Can
that?
you imagine who that was? Cathy Kelley.
Get
I
out.
live at Runyon Canyon.
Yeah, are you a Runyon girl?
I hike all the time.
I did not
For
know
those
that.
of you who don't know, it's a
I've never
road
seen
from
you
top to
not
bottom.
dressed up, so I don't know.
Do you hike with cupcakes or?
Yeah.
What?
Every time I see you, you're like all prettyed up. I've never seen you like, you know.
I thought that was the name of her dog.
I always
Take
love, I
cupcakes with you?
love hiking, camping.
Thank you. Wait for that.
I grew up on a farm. Come on.
I didn't know you're from Chicago. I didn't know you grew up on a farm.
My dad, yeah.
Were you raised in a barn?
Illinois farm.
I was.
yeah.
I had to feed the chickens in the morning.
Did you
had
really?
sheep.
Did you ever kill a chicken?
No.
Jeez.
I wanted to. They kept on pecking me.
My great grandmother was wring that neck, man. They can't wait. They don't even just wait for it.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
It kept on pecking.
That is what she said, indeed.
Yep.
2, 3. Oh, we can go.
All right, main event. Main event time.
My man, Johnny.
Jerry Lawler announces.
I love me some Jerry Lawler.
Of course. Announces his shirts are like a damn Christmas tree every week. Announces the stipulation is a Falls Count
That
Anywhere
is
match with Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. I don't think we can adequately describe how amazing. Okay, last night was an incredible lumberjack match. This also stands out on its own and a terrifying way to end Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. I mean, this was a pay-per-view quality match.
How could we explain this match to people? Watch it, number one.
The whole thing was pretty aggressive. I think from top to, hey.
That's me and the King. Sorry.
Oh.
Show you later. We'll put it on the internet.
Yeah, you're right, Dale. I mean, a brawl right from the start.
There's a good storytelling. I mean, there's a moment where Ambrose jumped onto the barricade and cracked his knuckle. Took the time to crack his knuckles. That's a whole different move, which he did not do, luckily. And then hopped on over and continued fighting. I don't know. There was great storytelling.
Oh
Seth Rollins does things I've never seen anybody do in the ring. He does acrobatic.
Same with Ambrose.
He does well, but I'm talking about Seth Rollins. Seth, no, seriously, differently from Ambrose. And yes, he has his own reasons for getting props, but the hit we talked about in there, where he does a complete flip when he gets hit. He would launch himself and do a 1.5 and land on somebody's back. I mean, I haven't seen anybody do that ever. You know, so that's one of the reasons I think he's getting the push he's getting, is he takes chances. Didn't Seth take the jump from the balcony? Yeah, I mean, come on.
Back with Evolution?
Come on.
That was pretty great.
You get paid off. You know?
Yeah.
You take those bumps, you get paid off.
I'm a Rollins fan. I love both these guys.
And major props to Ambrose, too. But I wanted to single out Seth Rollins because I just think it's amazing what he does. I mean, and it's, you know, he's getting the benefits of it.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. I mean, and these guys are so innovative because they've known each other for so long. It's like Dean Ambrose with the body slam while holding the chair.
With the chair, yeah.
Then he starts throwing all the chairs in the ring and ends up with
a great move.
Yeah, a power bomb to Ambrose on top of the chairs. I'm like,
how do you even take that?
Well, hurt. You're putting your body on the line.
Regardless of how they watch out for each other, it hurt them both.
Yeah, it looked rough.
They took, you know, that wasn't easy.
You do a power bomb on a bunch of chairs, even as Seth Rollins executing the move, that can readjust your sacroiliac just by landing on the damn chair.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You mentioned that earlier.
You were going to use that very word?
Yep.
The sacroiliac was like...
Say it 10 times. Sacroiliac.
Yep.
That one. Yeah, that word.
Yeah, I know.
And then are you going to get to the center blocks?
Celiacs.
Yeah, we'll get to the center blocks. I mean, obviously, Kane keeps interfering every single time. Ambrose superplexes Rollins through a table. Kane interferes again. The tie comes off. Counters Kane into the steps. Throws him over the announcer's table. Dives off the table over the barricade into Rollins, much like he did last night. Sets him up for dirty deeds on the announcer's table. That's when Kane choke slams him. Table doesn't break.
Right.
That table's been resilient lately.
But just going back, they both took that fall on the table in the ring. That wasn't just one of them.
Right.
Both of them went through that table.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the curb stomp on the table, and then Kane is like, finish it, reveals cinder blocks. And a curb stomp to Dean Ambrose.
I love that he presented it like a dinner that you serve somewhere when he took the top. He's like, voila.
We have your demise.
What's underneath? Is it the new belt? Nope, it's cinder blocks.
We actually had a scene in Save a long time ago with the presenting the dinner, and they take the thing off the dream sequence and it screeches head. For those of you that remember.
That's almost as painful as cinder blocks.
But
Yummy.
Did Seth say to Kane, finish it?
Kane says the set.
I think Kane told him, yeah.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
And don't forget that stiff slam into the chair earlier when he set up the chair in the corner of the ring.
God!
That looked
Ambrose went right into the
severe.
chair to Jesus.
Another thing that I don't see how you could possibly absorb.
I just feel like Ambrose has neither one of them has any fear, and I don't know. Maybe they're just so
they're stepping up. They know that this is their time, and if they're going to prove themselves to get to that next level, it's got to be now.
You're right.
I mean, they're just such amazing artists. Maybe they are that great at protecting themselves and making it look like they're not.
The artist formerly known as the Shield.
Yeah.
Poor Shield. R.I.P. Shield.
And then the cinder blocks break when Rollins jumps into it. It just looked so.
That was good.
That was a good I like that Hollywood trick sort of thing. Whatever happened there, that was a good sell. I dug it. I don't understand it fully, but I really dug it.
And speaking of surprise looks, everyone looked like you last night after that happened.
Yeah, they did. That was a rough.
Listen, no matter how you set them, even with the table, no matter how you set this stuff up, it hurts.
Yeah.
Whatever that kind of stuff, it hurts. You can only protect yourself so much.
Yeah.
These guys are really just positioning themselves to be the people to watch. I mean, every
they already are.
Yeah.
These are the dudes.
This feud ain't going anywhere. I think this feud's going well into 2015.
We may take a break from it. I mean, Ambrose has to recover, or AKA film.
Sure.
But either way, he'll be back.
At least filming will give him a break.
Yeah, and I think you could come back and you have some options on what you do with him with Kane or with Rollins or both. Or I mean, it gives you a good opening.
Well, I mean, I don't think Rollins wants to cash in on Lesnar. That's the interesting thing. He's at the Money in the Bank briefcase. Who the hell is he really going to want to cash in?
He's going to sit on that unless there's some.
Yeah. What about that? How long are they going to take that?
So many questions.
It'd be nice if he held on to it.
No, I'm saying we have.
Playing with you.
I'd love to see him hold on to it to WrestleMania. Have Reigns maybe win the title and then cash it in. They've never had anybody cash in at WrestleMania still. And that would further their feud as well. I don't know. Early WrestleMania thoughts.
That's what was so amazing about SummerSlam. Whereas WrestleMania provided resolutions, SummerSlam provided so many more questions and so many more paths we can go.
Yeah.
And we can't say enough about it. Kudos to everyone on the roster who just busted their tail, put their body on the line.
Brought it.
Kudos to everyone at NXT who's getting to that level, who's killing it. I mean, it's just this is what makes all of us love watching it. It's when you have everyone giving 110% and just doing whatever they can, and that's.
You know what's cool about you guys is you really love this stuff. I mean, I do too my own way, but you guys eat it, live it, breathe it.
I love it so much that I bought the network.
Yeah. Oh, that $9.99?
$9.99.
I said I'm gonna get it.
We want a
only
picture.
Getting it because you asked me to.
Dennis, we want a screen cap of when you actually purchased the network.
You're gonna get a screen cap of Cathy and I getting doused and donating to ALS.
Yes.
If you guys do it, tell me. I'll donate money in with you guys.
Just to watch us get doused?
Pretty much. Matching outfits.
I ain't sharing my Cathy with nobody.
I will do the ice bucket challenge, but I need proof because if I'm going to donate, I want people to donate as well.
I'll call you out.
You'll get proof.
Like one of my cousins challenged me. I'm like, you're not donating.
I would like to do that. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Especially as a twosome, little twofer.
Well,
you're doing it with us.
I've been trying to figure out.
Why is he invited? I'm not.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not. It's just no.
Give me that meme.
That's fine. We'll do the ice bucket challenge ourselves.
I made a deal to do this with you.
He could be our camera guy.
Because Maria got 50,000.
Yeah, we want to do it together, so we need a camera guy.
We'll get a camera guy.
Yeah, Screech ain't working.
Actually, I can't go there.
No, I won't go there. I'm just kidding.
I can't go there.
So, guys, needless to say,
I worked with Dustin 11 years. We were a great team.
Sure.
Now he's on his own.
Exactly. Great Raw, though. I mean, if you're going to follow SummerSlam, I think we enjoyed it.
Especially that SummerSlam. That's
hard to follow.
Arguably the best of all time SummerSlams.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, top 3. I mean, and then, because it could have been a letdown.
It's amazing, too, because, you know, as you know, the internet is rampant with miserable people. I have not seen any haters about SummerSlam. And if you do hate on SummerSlam, then you obviously don't even know where your happy place is. That's the way I look at it.
You're going back to the happy place. Start the show with a happy ending.
Not the happy ending place, the happy place. Two totally different.
What happened?
Don't even.
None. Me and Dennis are improv.
We have a connection.
We're
connected.
Oh, I
love it. I don't want to know what the happy ending connection is, so I'm fine.
He started the show talking about a happy ending and didn't understand what he said.
Yeah.
So that's what you didn't get on yours?
And then he went to, at the end of the show, happy place. And this is why you don't get to take the picture with us. Get in the bucket on it.
That's fine. You know what?
I have an innocent naivete about me, Dale. I have a naivete about me. Very innocent.
That's
he
true.
plays.
It's all a facade, though. It's all a facade.
Dale Rutledge, put yourself over, buddy.
I am the Walking
Pull
Dale
yourself
on
over.
Instagram and Twitter. And you can find me on Nerdist.com. We will have Roman Reigns as our guest.
Believe that.
This week.
That's right.
Shut
Cathy
up.
Kelley. Yeah.
Tell him I was sitting next to his wife during the whole match.
Well, we interviewed him last week. We'll tweet him and tell him.
But the funny thing was, she didn't know what was going to happen. She's like, well, where's he coming from? He's coming from... Okay.
That's awesome. Kathy, go ahead.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley. You can find me on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. You can find me doing the Ice Bucket Challenge with Dennis Haskins.
In the next day or two.
The next couple days.
I love it. I can't wait. Dennis Haskins, go right ahead.
Hey, you can find me. Why not go for it and be at MR Belding, at Mr. Belding on Twitter, and at Real Mr. Belding on Instagram, and I actually will respond to some of you people.
Hell yeah, he will. Very active on the social media, at Jay Quasto, and I found out I'm going to be doing my first tour for the military overseas
that's outstanding.
in October. 17 days.
Congratulations.
I can't wait.
I've done too. You will have a wonderful time.
I am honored. I'll probably talk more about it over the next 2 months.
He's a funny dude, and he writes his own jokes.
Sometimes. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I guess we didn't see the whole thing, so you'll see the whole episode now on YouTube.
Sorry about that.
And you'll listen to the whole thing on iTunes. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.